Hello everyone, today we are going to look at my new palette. It was a palette of 24 colors, I think, or 26, I think 24, and I added more colors, so now it's 33 if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 33. The topic of this palette is low tinting, very granulating colors with some mixing colors. So the mixing colors are quite strong, like this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. And then there are the low tinting, granulating colors mostly, and some that are more smooth, less granulating, but a very soft and pastel like. And this was the palette before I added the colors to a 33 colors palette. So I added 9 colors. So I painted with it a little bit in my sketchbook. And actually it's a painting for the south, the Otef Gaza. The Otef is considered the red south for many years because of the red poppies and red amenons. And so I painted them here. But then a week and a half ago I received horrible news that my friend Daphna was murdered by Hamas. She and her husband lived in Kibbutz Kisufim, and Hamas burned them alive in their house. And it's really, really, really horrible. So in this painting I painted also the horrors, the cemetery. I'm really, really sad. And this is more a painting of how it was and how it will be, I hope, in a few months. I'm sorry that in the past months and so I'm very sad, and my videos are sad, but this is my life right now. Then I painted this very simple painting, very naive like painting, and I added a little bit of sprinkles of aqua bronze from Schminka on the top. I think it was with rich pale gold, and I tried them on a different paper. It's Aristo 100% cotton watercolor paper, 300 GSMs, and I will do also the swatching today on this one. I wanted to try it, and I'm not sure about this paper. I'll try to focus more. If you can see, so the lapis here, it didn't flow with the water because this paper has a really kind of weird texture. I'll show it one moment. Put some light. One moment. So I don't know if you can see. I will try to focus, but it has some lines in the paper, and here we can see it now, and this funky texture creates some lines also in the painting, and the colors flow a bit less, but still it's a nice paper, and it's okay for swatching. In the past few weeks I was also painted some kind of naive paintings with watercolor and colored pencils, and also something stronger with watercolor and nightscape and a bit of oil pastels. And I played with some inks. So one moment, we'll try to put it clearer. So this is one painting, and this is the other one. And I really love inks. Actually, I'm very surprised by them. Maybe I will do a video about them. And also this painting with inks. I also forgot to mention that this paper is not good with empty, how you call it, washi tape. It tears it apart, and also with this tape that I put here, unfortunately, because I don't know if you can see, but it tore down in some places. But still, it's not a bad paper, I must say. So the first color is Nickel Azo Yellow, P150. A very beautiful color. Next color will be another beautiful color. It's called Aussie Red Gold. Don't remember the real pigments. I think it's with PY83, PV19 and PR101, and I think I'm not mistaken about it. It's a beautiful golden yellow, and I actually like to mix it with turquoises. And yeah, it's a nice color. By the way, the brush that I paint with today, as I swatch it here, is a Skoda Reserva. It's the 100%, forgot the name of it, never mind. It's a natural brush. It's very good, and I bought it not recently. Just wanted to experience these kinds of brushes. I don't have a lot of them, and yeah, it's a nice one. So this one was Pyrrole Scarlet from Daniel Smith, PR 255, and did Balagan. So one moment. Let's see the liftability of this paper. It's not very liftable, but it's not, again, it's not a bad paper. Okay, this is the Pyrrole Crimson, PR 264. It's a great mixing color. Next color will be Daniel Smith Queen Rose, PV 19. Very cool color. Yeah, I like it. Of course, great for florals. Next two color, I will put some water in them. Next few colors, one moment. Okay. Next color will be Potter's Pink. It's the Schminka one. It's a bit brownish, Potter's Pink. I think that the ones that I love the most are the Schminka and the Winsor & Newton one. It's PR 233. A very interesting granulating watercolor. If you hear some noises, it's because of the rain. I'm sorry. Next is another low tinted color. It's lapis lazuli color that talked about quite a lot. It's also very low tinting, very granulating, very delicate color, and yeah, I love it. Use it mostly for sky and lakes, and yeah, it's beautiful. Next color will be Indigo from Shinhan PB66. I love this color. You may find a little bit of silver in it because by mistake I sprinkled some aqua bronze on it, but it is a very beautiful color, and I use it quite often for shadows as a mixing colors and for moody skies. Next color is French ultramarine. Very useful mixing color. I don't know if you can see, but I think that in this paper we can see granulation quite well, which actually I really love. Next color is Prussian blue. I think it was the Van Gogh one, if I'm not mistaken. A beautiful mixing color. I think I like more the Shinhan's Prussian blue, but the first blue that I fell in love with was the Van Gogh one when I had the 15 colors set, white box, I think it's called. This is Manganese Blue U from Daniel Smith. Very useful color, mixing color, and also great for lakes and sky, summer sky. Next color will be Cobalt Teal Blue from Daniel Smith. It's a color that I like. It's just that I had a problem with it at the beginning because it's so granulating. It separates really strongly, and I couldn't do a lot of things with it, like mixes that I wanted. Next color is Holbein's Gray or Gray. I don't remember the pigments. I forgot to say that Ultramarine Blue is PB29, Prussian Blue is PB27, Manganese Blue U is PB15, and Cobalt Teal is PG60. It's not 60, PG50. Okay, this one is Pants Gray. If I remember correctly, it will be the Holbein one. Again, I don't remember the pigment names. And it's a beautiful Pants Gray. I use it for mountains in the background more, and for like I don't know the name of it, foggy days. This one is Shinhan's Davis Gray. It's a bit more greenish, and I think you may understand that these Davis Grays are great for this palette because they are quite low tinting. So next is Van Gogh Davis Gray, and you can see when it's without too much water, it's very low tinting, a very beautiful greenish yellowish gray, but when you add water it becomes much stronger. A very beautiful color. Next color will be Terra Verta from Daniel Smith. The Davis Gray from Van Gogh, I think, is PG7, PBR7 maybe, and PBK11. Terra Verta is PG18, which is Viridian, and PBR7 Raw Amber. Not for Raw Amber. It's very beautiful, very useful color, and yeah, I love it. Okay, next color will be Green Earth Blue shade from Shinhan. It's a very granulating green. It's from PB28, no, yeah, 28, and I don't remember which color. PG maybe 18 or PG17. It's a very useful color, but I don't know if you can see. It's very hard to paint with because it doesn't move too much, but it's very granulating, and I thought it will be great for this palette. Next is Rare Green Earth from Daniel Smith, PG23. Very granulating grayish green, very dark green, and it's another color that is a bit hard to move, but very granulating. Next color is Serpentine Genuine from Daniel Smith. It's also quiet, delicate color, and it has some interesting granulation, and I thought it will give a great variety for this palette. Next is a color that you see me swatch quite a lot and mixes it quite a lot, and it's Buff Titanium from Daniel Smith. Great mixing color. Next color is Geman Greenish Raw Amber from Daniel Smith. It's a color that I like. It granulates heavily and it works great in this palette. Another of these colors that are harder to move, I think, but very, very beautiful. Next color is Burgundy Yellow Ochre, a very granulating, more muted yellow ochre, and it works great in this palette. Next is a color that it took me some time to like, and it's French ochre by Daniel Smith. It's very low tinting, but also very granulating, and it's more brownish, raw sienna like in hue. And yeah, it's an interesting color. Forgot to mention Buff Titanium is PW6 column 1, Burgundy Yellow Ochre and also French Ochre are PY43. Next is Daniel Smith Yavapai Genuine. It's a beautiful color, like some kind of brown ochre, if you can say that. A very granulating color. It's also a color that it took me some time to fall in love with, but yeah, now I love it. Next color is Daniel Smith Mummy Bauxite. It's a combination of red iron oxides. Mummy Bauxite is considered a Primatech color from Daniel Smith, and it's kind of a brown burnt sienna. It reminds me a lot of Italian burnt sienna from Daniel Smith. Next color will be Sedona Genuine, which is also a Primatech from Daniel Smith, and is also, like Mummy Bauxite, some kind of a red iron oxide, the natural one. And it's also from the Primatech range. Very granulating earth orange. Next is a very low tinting strength color. It's a Minnesota pipestone. It's made from Catlinite, but I do love it. It's from Daniel Smith. It's very low tinting but also very granulating, and it works great in my palettes, and especially in this palette. Next is quite a smooth color but still a beautiful one. It's Schminka's Naples Yellow Reddish. I think it's with PBR 24, maybe PR 242 and TPW 6, but I'm not sure, I don't remember. That's a nice skin tone, and I thought it will be interesting to play with it. It's very beautiful in paintings. It's quite an opaque color, still very beautiful. Next is brown iron oxide PR 101 from Daniel Smith. A beautiful brown iron oxide, and it is in place of a burnt umber. It's a kind of some caramel color with huge granulation. And yeah, it's an amazing color. Next color is an environment-friendly brown iron oxide from Daniel Smith, PB R6, and yeah, it's a beautiful one. I love it. It has some black granulation and peach undertone, and it has some brown mustard. Very beautiful color. Next color will be Daniel Smith Van Dyke Brown. It's a mix of PBR 7s, and I love this one. Many times Van Dyke Browns are not light fast, but this one is light fast, and yeah, I love it. Next color will be Daniel Smith Hematite, but I had some kind of mistake and I sprinkled silver aqua bronze into it, and now it looks different. It reminds me a bit, I didn't have it, but I saw some swatches of it, of Wallace and Shimmer Iron Glimmer. If you have this color, I would like to know if it's close to it or not. And yeah, I think it's beautiful. So these are the colors of my palette. We'll wait for them to dry and then we'll look at them. I'm sorry that some of it wasn't wholly in on camera, but you could see the hue, but later you will see the whole color. So we'll wait for the colors to dry. So the colors are almost dried. You can see how beautiful they are. Maybe I will put a little bit more light. And yeah, really love them. You can see in some places this the tape, this one tore the paper, but it wasn't too bad. And yeah, the beautiful colors, very low tinting, most of them, not all of them, and most of them are very granulating. They create some kind of ancient painting in a way, in the looks of it, and I like it, like some kind of crackled color or painting. And yeah, I really love this palette. So thank you for watching. Have a wonderful time, and I hope for us for better days, more happy days, and happy painting.